FaceCapDazTrans is easy to install. Locate your DAZ library content folder. Drill down and paste the FaceCapDazTrans folder into the script folder. Making character presets for FaceCapDazTrans. The basic principle is matching the facial morphs for your DAZ character to the facial morphs used by the FaceCap FBX. To facilitate the matching process, I've included a set of faces that illustrate all the facial morphs used by FaceCap. Each facial morph is clearly labeled. I've included this handy visual guide to help with matching. Open DAZ Studio, add a DAZ character, import the FaceCap FBX, highlight the FaceCap FBX, then while holding down the Control key on Windows or the Command key on Mac, highlight the character. For the FaceCap FBX script to work properly, the selection must be made in this order: FaceCap FBX first, then the DAZ character. Go to where you've installed FaceCapDazTrans and click on it. The FaceCapDazTrans graphic user interface will appear. On the right side will be the FaceCap FBX nodes. On the left side will be the DAZ character nodes. The first node on the FaceCap FBX side will be the GRP transform. This node holds the head rotation information. Clicking on it reveals the XYZ rotation, trans, and scale parameters. For head rotation, you only need the XYZ rotation parameters. These can be linked to the head or the upper or lower neck of the DAZ character. To link the morphs, click on the GRP transform node to reveal the XYZ parameters. Highlight the X rotation parameter. Click on the DAZ character's head, upper or lower neck nodes to reveal the XYZ parameters. Highlight the same parameter, the X rotation on the DAZ character. With both parameters highlighted, click on Add Link. The link will appear in the far left-hand side in the FaceCap FBX DAZ linking panel. In some cases, you will find the DAZ character has more than one XYZ rotation. I like to link them all. Later on, I can delete from the preset script if not needed. I like to link the head rotation to the upper neck of the DAZ character because sometimes the head movement is too fast or not smooth. By having the rotation isolated away from the head, I can smooth or slow down the motion using mCasual's Decimator X script while avoiding any possible inadvertent loss of facial morph information. Clicking on the head node reveals all the facial morphs. For Genesis 8.1, the names of the morphs correspond almost exactly. The only real difficulty is that the morphs are not in the same order. You will have to hunt around to get them all, but don't give up. They are all there. As you go back through the generations of Genesis, as well as M4 and V4, there is less similarity for morph names, and in some cases, for some morphs, no match. But in the presets I have made, I have been able to get good facial motion from the available morphs. For these older generation characters, the graphic guide of FaceCap morphs is useful. Finally, the left eye and the right eye. You will only need the XYZ rotation. Again, on the DAZ character, you will find more than one XYZ parameter. Link them all, address what works or doesn't later. Once you have added all the morphs for head and eye rotation and all the facial morphs, save your preset with a specific name. By clicking on Transfer Animation, you can move the motion from the FaceCap FBX to the DAZ character. You can do one frame, a section of frames, or the whole animation. The larger the animation, the longer it will take to transfer the information from the FaceCap FBX to the DAZ character. You can modify each of the links on the FaceCapDazTrans interface, or, what I find much easier, open the saved preset in Notepad or TextEdit and delete, add, or subtract as needed. Each link has two numbers, a 1 and a 0. Both numbers do relatively the same thing, offset the position of the keyframes from the FaceCap FBX to the DAZ character, but in slightly different ways. The number 1, labeled strength, also affects the amplitude of the keyframes, but the effect of increasing or decreasing the strength is subtle, and at the same time it is also affecting the relative position of the keyframes between the FaceCap FBX and the DAZ character. For example, if the mouth is open too much, it can be closed, or the strength decreased by changing the 1 to 0.7 or 0.5. Or if the mouth is not open enough to increase the strength, the 1 can be changed to 1.2 or 1.5, while the 0 only affects the relative position of the keyframes between the FaceCap FBX and the DAZ character. So if the mouth is open too much, the 0 can be changed to minus 0.2, or open by changing the 0 to 0.2. By carefully manipulating the value of both numbers, you can adjust the FaceCap FBX keyframes to better fit your DAZ character. Needless to say, getting the best results is all a matter of trial and error. It all depends on how the DAZ character is interpreting the keyframes transferred from the FaceCap FBX. Another thing to consider, FaceCap motion capture presets created for one person might not work as well for FaceCap motion captures of another person. When you import the FaceCap motion capture into DAZ Studio, the FaceCap FBX adjusts automatically to whatever frame rate you set on the timeline. When you import your animation into a video editing program, you are able to adjust the editing program's timeline frame rate to match your animation. But in some editing programs, audio is imported in at the editing program's default frame rate, not necessarily the frame rate you have used for your animation. To avoid confusion, I recommend getting Wave Agent. It's a free program for Windows or Mac that allows you to set the audio with the frame rate you used for your animation. Doing this ensures that the audio will play at the same frame rate as your animation. And finally, I find when lining up audio to the animation on the editing timeline that the audio is 2 frames behind the image. I hope this FaceCapDazTrans tutorial will make it easier for you to bring your DAZ characters to life.